Welcome to Property Vlogs. Today we are here in Nottingham, the home of the Robin Hood legend and also known as the Queen of the Midlands. Why are we here today? Well, we're here to tour the property behind me, which is an amazing architectural beauty. This property is a riverside property, which means that attached to it is a boating dock. It's got its own private mooring as well, which you don't get with every average property. The property is a 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom property. It has 4-car garage as well. Also, the size of the property is 4,814 square feet, and it's currently on sale for £1.895 million. If all of that sounds interesting and you're curious to see the inside of this property, stay tuned and we'll tour the whole thing together. Come with me. Right, so as you can see, this is a floor-to-ceiling front door made of this amazing oak effect door, and I do believe it's real wood. As you can see, it's got a kind of stone effect flooring as well, and flush ceilings as well, and it's all very bright and airy. Coming into the next space, we've got this amazing glass door. The glass door, when you close it, obviously closes off the foyer, which is great for heat, to stop heat kind of going into the foyer space, but at the same time, it's also great for letting in lots of light into this space. So coming into this space, I don't know if you'd like me to just tour this. So this would be closed like this, as you can see, which is nice and funky. And now you're closed off from me, and this space is its own separate space. So coming up this space, as you can see, you've got, on my right, you've got this recessed, really cool handrail built into the wall. So that had to be designed in advance. You can't just add that on at the end of the day. You need to build in the space to allow that to come out. And that's painted in this matte black with this amazing beige colored leather finish. And these panels kind of go all the way there. And as you can see, it's a big concept in the space. You've got these amazing porcelain tiles. And then to your left, you've also got a stainless steel handrail. And then here is an amazing feature of this house, as if there weren't enough already. You've got this shadow gap detail. It's like an exaggerated shadow gap. It's not just a tiny slot. As you can see, you've got quite a bit of a gap there, and they've set the wall back just at the floor level. So going up the stairs, as you can see, there's spotlights, recessed spotlights in the floor, which is going to be great for creating that ambient mood and just to kind of create that vibe in the space. And wow, look at this space. Can you see what I can see? Can you see the views? Can you see the light? Can you see the potential? Can you imagine yourself living here with, you know, this being an entertainment space where you bring your guests? And one thing is that most of the time in these show homes, the furniture is downsized to make the space feel bigger. That's not the case in this property. In this property, the furniture is upsized because the space is so big. It's so big. And then you've got the porcelain tiles, like I said, these are large format tiles, so they cost more. These details are being added on throughout the whole home. And how can I forget, guys, to mention this double height space? So you've got this humongous light feature which comes down about 2 stories to meet us down here, which creates a really nice moment in the space. I love it. It's so bright and airy, and my eyes just like dancing around the space. I really don't know. I can't take it in, and I feel as though that's what your guests will feel when they come into this space. They'll be looking outside, they'll be looking at the furniture, they'll be looking up, and they'll be admiring this space just like I am right now. So behind me, you can see that leather effect there, which is a feature wall carried on. Then you've got your white plastered walls over there, really giant wall-mounted light fixtures as well. And you've got your surround speakers and built-in speakers as well. And these 2 speakers either side, you've got a kind of recessed curtain rail. So privacy has been considered throughout the whole the whole house. You don't have to worry about having to install curtains, blind boxes, or anything like that. There is a space and a consideration for everything. And then I'm just going to get straight to it. The view, guys. So this is what you're going to see when you come to this property. Let me just open this door. So this is a sliding door, aluminium frame. So not your usual UPVC doors, and they open all the way and stack up to there. And as you can see, it brings in the outside to the inside, and it's all level. So if you've got any people who kind of have any challenges with access, this is not going to be a problem. And this is an entertainment space. It is literally the perfect space to entertain and have people around. So you can see there's this grill on the bottom, and that is actually ductwork. It's actually concealed in the floor, and it blows hot air and temperature controlled air, really, to make sure that the glass on the windows, the doors, doesn't get misted up, which means that you'll always have these views. Doesn't matter how cold, foggy, hot it is, you're always going to have this uninterrupted view of your terrace area. Now, let me come out to the terrace area. So as you can see, the proportions of the terrace area themselves is generous. I haven't used that word yet for this video, so I have to use it now. Generous sized terrace area with this really cute little setup here at the moment. But obviously you can use it for whatever you want. This is an outside inside experience. We've got the same language, the same decor continuing between the inside of the property and the outside of the property. You've got a little bit of another overhang here. And why do I point that out? Because to get this kind of floating effect where there's a floor above, that takes coordination as well. So as you can see, guys, let me just show you the views. The view, what we're looking at over here is Trent River. And Trent River is the third longest river in the United Kingdom. And you get to live right next to it. You get waterside views as well, which is just fantastic. And your own private moor outside where you can dock your boats and park any kind of canoes or anything like that there. That's all yours. That's part of this property. What else is part of this property is if I indicate from the boundary line there to there and up to half of the river itself. Yes, that's true. You don't own the water, but you own the land underneath, which is great. So you can have your boats parked there 24/7. You can do whatever you want. And I don't know many properties in the UK that have that functionality. And over there, you've got the Wilford Suspension Bridge, which is also known as the Meadows Suspension Bridge, and Trent Bridge itself is over there. And as you can see, the light is just pouring into this space. You're able to admire this amazing curved wall as well, which is a feature which you wouldn't expect when you're outside, is that there's curves within the square box. So coming back here, we've got this kind of curved staircase to my right, but down here, you've got a change in level. So you feel as though you're entering a different space, and you've got the music room. This is currently staged, well, not staged, it's being used as a music room, but you can use it as whatever you want. I think this would make a really good snug/den or play area. It's very cozy. You could have little bean bags on the floor. You can have a TV mounted on the wall. But again, it's a very functional room with natural light pouring in from the window behind, and this amazing circular LED recessed light fixture. And you can see the ceiling steps in twice. It steps in once with these recessed spotlights, and then steps in again, and then actually 3 times, and then steps in a 3rd time. So that's pretty cool. And then you've got this leather wall here. Going out of this space, again, as you're exiting this space, you get to admire the view, and then you're coming up this curved staircase and just looking at this really cool textured leather wall. You've got another little staircase over there, a door here, which we'll talk about in a moment, and then this little space just off this space. So this terrace, as you can see there, has one of the very many energy efficient installations in this property. This is the plastic absorbers, which basically provide you with hot water throughout the whole house. And again, we'll go through these aluminium double doors back into the main space. So coming back into this main space, that's back at the main entertainment area, the lounge, the sitting area. And coming into here, we've got our kitchen space. We have this amazing, what appears to me to be like Carrara white marble worktop as well, which has been vein matched as well. And it has a kind of an overhang on this side, which makes it a diner on that side. The sink has been cut into this worktop as well. So it's been fully integrated. And we've got these really cool pendant fixtures here as well. To my left and your right, we've got these integrated, well, I was going to say appliances, but only one of them is. We've got a fridge freezer here and just ample storage here. And then we've got another storage shelf here. And then you've got another clever storage system here, as you can see. And they've made sure to use every single little bit of space for storage. And by keeping this, instead of making it narrow, they've made this full width to line up with those 4 panels. But then I don't know if you noticed, half of this was actually the wine shelf. But that's attention to detail and design. And there's also another terrace at the front, a small balcony actually. And this has bifolding doors which overlook the back of the property. So I'll just show you a quick peek at this view. So as you can see, this balcony overlooks the rear of the property. Here, there's been a lot of care in making sure that that the balconies do not feel like they're on top of each other. So now that we're in this dining area, let me go back to the kitchen really quick. We've got that glass panel, that placed window that I mentioned earlier, which connects this kitchen space into the main sitting area. And then we've got the actual kitchen, which I would like to just touch on the details really quickly. We've got Gaggenau appliances throughout. We've got a downdraft extractor, which is it going to come up? So this downdraft extractor, which extracts all the fumes from the cooking, so you don't have a big bulkhead as well above you. And then you've got ventilation as well integrated into the ceiling, which is fantastic for keeping the air nice and fresh. We've got these integrated knobs as well, which is pretty cool because normally you have like a big stainless steel cooking station, and this has been kept this is in keeping with the design of the kitchen so far. You've got a steam tap as well, which is here, a cooker steam tap, which is a great fixture. A dishwasher there as well. So there's a dishwasher here. If I just show you really quickly. A Miele dishwasher. And then we've got just storage underneath, and we've got more storage, a cutlery drawer, and then we've got a fridge here, a horizontal fridge, and we've got a horizontal freezer here as well, which is great. And then we've got, for people who like to cook with gas, we've obviously got the Gaggenau gas hobs as well, and then we've also got induction hobs. So that's also cool. And then everything is soft closing, and all of this is storage, which is lovely. And I don't know if you noticed, I've just noticed something. The color scheme is not overly matchy. Whilst we've got this continuous white marble worktop, we've got a kind of a slightly light teal, well, light blue, grayish blue color here. And then here we've got grey cabinets, and they work so nicely together that I almost didn't detect it, but that's a really nice touch to it as well. And then we've also got a very unique kitchen built-in station where everything is actually recessed into the wall, which is very, very different. So starting with the appliances, we've got our steam oven over here, our regular convection oven, we've got our warming drawer here as well, which is fantastic, and our microwave, and they're all fully built in to the wall, and they're Gaggenau appliances. So that's awesome. So I think that pretty much concludes the kitchen space. Fantastic. And before I leave the space, I want you to just turn around and look at that view. When you're sat at the kitchen island, you can see that suspension bridge, and in the distance, there's the windmill there and Trent Bridge, as you can see. So we're just going to walk through back into the circulation space, but not before pointing out this little device, which is helping us to control the temperature of this room. You're going to spot some of these around the house because the whole house has underfloor heating, which is fantastic. And this is what looks to me to be polished nickel as well, a very, very dark metal, which I've noticed are on all the sockets around the house as well, which is a nice upgrade to have. And then coming into this space, you're going to notice this door. What does this door lead to? We'll see in a second. But first, let me point out this cool shadow gap detail. It's been exaggerated, but also it's got this matte black paint all the way around, and the effort to try and achieve that and make it continuous throughout the whole home is something that I have to highlight. So let's open the door and see what's behind this floor to ceiling door. We of course need, we of course need a laundry nook. So this is our laundry area with your two machines there. Right, and I think that pretty much concludes this space, or does it? No, there's another little secret, guys. There's a hidden little door. I wonder if you can guess where it's going to be. It's here. So this is an example of every single little bit of space being used in this property. This is currently being used to store cleaning products, but obviously if you have animals, you can store their food or their litter trays or whatever. Essentially, every little bit of space has been maximized. You are getting your value for your money in this property. So coming up to the next level. So we're now at what I would say is a mezzanine level, which overlooks the main space that we saw earlier. Now, where do I begin? Obviously, right now, this is being used as an informal dining area. And essentially, you can see that the space is sufficient for a dining table. At the moment, there's let's see, they've got 4, 6, but I think it's a 10-seater really. It could fit a 10-seater, but that's up to you. You've got this really attractive lighting fixture, which drops down. It's very dramatic. And you've got this leather trim around the whole of the edge of the kind of the balustrade, which overlooks what? Question mark. It overlooks your main sitting area and entertainment space. So now it makes sense why we've got the dining area here, another entertainment area. It connects the two together. And the architect, when he designed this area, said that he wanted to have areas that felt very private in the heart of the home, but maintained the views towards the Trent Bridge, the suspension bridge, and Trent River. You can see outside that you can see Victoria Embankment opposite. And you can see this really cool double height space below. And the acoustics in this property are fantastic. For it to be such an open plan space, I don't hear any reverberation whatsoever. So that's been upgraded. And then also there is an opportunity to look towards the front of the property and the street, Wilford Lane. So you can see your guests arrive over there. And also just feel as though you're connected outside. There's so many views. It's dual aspect, it's multi-aspect. This house has so much going for it. So going up, we go up these steps to the other floor. So we're now on this level, the upper level, and I'll show you this space here because we're continuing the flow around the house. So you've got another nook here, which is a kind of an office space, an informal workspace. But if you have little children, it could be a little play area, a little snug, another alternative, or it could actually be a formal office if you want, because there is scope to obviously put a divider here and close it all up at the front. So this overlooks the front of the property. It overlooks the side of the property, and then you get views overlooking the back. Just this view as well that's overlooking the side of the property, you can see there's been integrated blinds which are completely built into the glass as well. You can obviously have complete privacy, or if you wind the blinds up, you can have it completely open. Very simply done. So coming into the next room over here, we've got one of the king size bedrooms, and With this space, as you can see, it flows off that landing space at the top, and you've got space for a dresser, a wardrobe, and then the views again. This bedroom has actually got, again, multi-aspect. So you've got views of the front of the property. You've obviously got views at the back of the property, and then this really, really unique view, which kind of mimics the kitchen area, where you can see the sitting area there. Obviously there's blinds for privacy as well, but then if you're sat down on the bed, shall I demo this? So if I'm sat down on the bed, I'm lying in bed, I can see the suspension bridge just over there, and Trent Bridge, and the windmill, and Nottingham City Centre in the distance. So there's lines of views that are being considered in the whole design of the property. So this is the bedroom. It's got Carndean flooring as well, in a really nice kind of light, almost ash-coloured wood grain effect. And then you've got another almost level threshold experience going from that into these tiles. And then you've got your own private terrace, which is very, very discreet. I don't know if you can feel that there's practically no overlooking on this terrace in terms of the public down at the bottom there, and also the Victoria Embankment opposite the property. And again, you can see those gorgeous views. Be here to my right, your left. So it's this nautical kind of effect door, which leads into your own private ensuite. So in this ensuite, again, you've got the porcelain tiles in a kind of a black stone effect. You've got this contemporary sink as well, with this cool tap as well. And one thing is that the taps, the sinks, everything is kind of upgraded, and it's designer products as well. So we're going to go down the steps to our open plan dining area, which is kind of separated from the upper level. And then again, we're going to go down. And guys, so that pretty much concludes the tour. If you liked I'm joking. That's not the end of it. We've got so much more house left to show you. So come with me and I'll show you how you get to your second wing. So it's through this discreet, almost hidden door. And can I just say, I just love this door. This door had to be coordinated and designed bespokely for this property. It's not just an off the shelf. So should we go upstairs or downstairs, Brian? Downstairs. So we'll start this side of the property downstairs. And then as I walk through the space, I want you to focus on the fact that this is the floor to ceiling door. So there's no bulkheads, which means the light just flows across. And again, we've got our king size bedroom, another king size bedroom. As you can see, it is a really lovely size. A wardrobe door is actually your door to your ensuite. And it's been very cleverly done. So it's very discreet. So the ensuite area is being tiled floor to ceiling. You've got this almost 3 meter long pane of well, I was going to say glass mirror pane as well. And then a little bit of a shelf with a chrome edging strip as well for storing products. You've got a generous size sink, another designer tap as well, chrome as well. And then you've got your hidden cistern, and it doesn't stick out. It's actually been fully integrated into the wall. Your heated towel rail as well. And that shadow gap has been continued into the ensuite. And I can't tell you how difficult that is to do when you're working with tiles. See, these doors close just like you would have cupboard doors. So when you come into this room, you have no idea there's an ensuite there, because they don't look any different from if you had just additional a dressing area or a wardrobe in that space. So coming back out here, we've got our blinds as well, which is already integrated, so you don't have to worry about that. And then we've got a tilt and turn door as well, which means it can operate as a window and a door. And in this case, it can operate as a sliding door, which means you can connect to this space here, which is your kind of your own private terrace. And again, you've got a little bit of a cantilever detail. Again, the effort taken to do that contemporary detail. And then you can see the stone tiles on the floor. And this, for this as being a private terrace, that's pretty amazing. The space is very, very generous. And you can have this as like a little, maybe a workout space or a chill space, or even a barbecue, because this space does connect to the rest of the house. Maybe, Brian, if I can just get you to just take a little peek down this corridor, which will connect. It won't make sense in the future, guys. There's a little pathway there. Over the stone pathway on the floor is, and over this hedge over there is another pathway that takes you down to your own private, more sofas. And yes, it's just such a lovely addition to the property. And to the left, Brian, if you just look over there, that little parapet there, and when I say parapet, I mean this black thing here. This parapet is where our sitting area was. So imagine if you have a party or a barbecue, there's people up there, you have a bit of seclusion down here, or you can also connect with the activity up there. And I think that pretty much concludes this bedroom space, unless if you can see something else. We're going to go through this door, and this is where we've got currently a family bathroom. So it's a bathroom that the person next door, if they want a bubble bath, they can use this space as well. By the way, guys, the reason why this door closes is because every door leading off the stairways is a solid fire door. So with the house being multi-level, you know, safety is number one as well. So that's been fully considered. And these are very high quality, expensive fire doors, which have been installed in all the rooms. Yes, you can tell they're fire doors because there's something known as a fire strip or an intumescent fire strip there, which expands when it gets heated. But that's all the boring stuff. I just wanted really just to let you know that not only is it pretty by being floor to ceiling, it's also for your health and safety and fully functional. So this space has a window which overlooks the side of the property. You have blinds there already fitted, so it's completely discreet. Plus, as you can see, there's no activity there. So there really isn't going to be much overlooking whatsoever. And to be honest, a window in a bathroom, ventilation, natural light is a massive bonus. So let me begin with this space. We've got my favorite hidden cistern toilet here. It's by Grower as well. And that's the toilet there as well. And then we've got floor to ceiling porcelanosa tiles, which have these really beautiful ridges on them. You've got the chrome edging strip here and a little bit of a shelf. Like I said, if you have a lot of toiletries, this is like a very valuable real estate here in the bathroom territory. You've got a very long mirror there with no seams in the middle. So they brought this mirror in one piece and put it there. You've got a really cool recessed lighting area there as well, which is great for getting ready. A generously sized vanity with a really unique tap as well, as you can see. You can see, yeah. So that's that. And then the tiling is done in this concrete effect, which contrasts beautifully with the white tiles. You've also got that shadow gap detail as well in the bathroom. So they brought that through when they didn't have to. And then a focal feature done here. And with candles, you can just imagine this is more than just a bathroom. This is a spa experience, a wellness experience. So coming out of that room, we're now going to go back to the main level where we entered through the secret door. So let me just go up the stairs again. And you'll see, just to kind of touch base with you, this is the secret door coming from the lit sitting area, as you can see. And no one would ever know that your bedrooms are here and that the house is even bigger. So coming up these stairs, you'll notice now we're going into another zone. We're going up carpeted steps, treads at the moment, and you've got a window right in front of you as well, bringing in lots of light. And then I'm going to go into this room here. And this room, again, with the floor to ceiling doors and the temperature controls on the wall, is a similar proportion to the one downstairs. So you can see it's also got a king size bed at the moment, fully fitted wardrobe there, and your ensuite with these discreetly done, cool sliding wardrobe doors. You've got a TV port behind the mirror as well. And then again, we've got this amazing tilt and turn. At the moment, it's in an open position for a window position. So it's letting in the ventilation through this way. But obviously, as you can see, there's another balcony here. Again, you've got this amazing leather trim as well, which carried vertically up that way. We'll be heading up there in a moment. But again, just want to touch on these shadow gap details again, spotlights. And then this room at the moment is not staged. I'm so used to saying staged. It is a dressing room. So come into my dressing room, or your dressing room, actually. So your dressing room, as you can see, it's been fitted in a way to allow there to be enough space. But obviously, you could even fit it with more wardrobes and fittings if you wanted. And this could be your fifth bedroom. Think about that for a second. So it's got natural light. It's adjacent to another bedroom, and it could be a bedroom or a nursery or a playroom, an office. Again, because of the natural light, it's an additional habitable room that you can add to the house. So that, I think, is the last room on this floor. And then we're going to go up again. That roof window brings in so much light. It creates a sort of atrium in this space. So we are in the primary bedroom. What does that mean? Well, this is the largest room. It's got its own vibe, its own feeling, and a lot of clever features that the other rooms don't have. Let me begin by telling you, this room again has its own temperature control. It has a giant mirror feature on the wall. It's got a kind of recessed wall feature above the bed as well. And this bed is a super king. I'm going to shout over there to the other side of the bedroom because it's actually quite a big space. This is a super king bed, and those are very small bedside tables, but you can just see either side there's probably another 1.5 meters beside the bed. So I'm just going to walk to this side of the room so you can see there's 2 outlets there. So if you did want to change your layout, you can move the bed around here. You can do whatever you want. So in this orientation, you can face the view, whilst here you can wake up. And when the architect who designed this house, he also said that there's something called animated light, which he wanted to be a key concept of this whole development, which means that when you're in the different parts of the property, you can see the movement of the light. Now, how is that different from regular properties? Well, the way the windows are means that you can sense when it's morning, evening, midday, because of the way the sun plays on the different parts of the property. This part of the house, the primary room, overlooks the Trent River and has the prime view of that Victoria Embankment. And there's going to be so much in terms of natural movement that you're going to see there as well. You see the beautiful park opposite, the recreational ground, and the suspension bridge over there as well, and Trent Bridge in the distance, and again, windmill. Now, I've said that like 4 or 5 times. That's because every single room has that view. So now let me show you the pièce de résistance, or the view the money shot, the view, the primary bedroom experiences. Wow. Coffee in the morning, looking at this view. Or maybe you're more of a magazine person looking at this view. You know? Can you hear anything? I can't. It's so quiet here. It's just serene. I just had to slow down the pace of this video just to enjoy this view. So now we're going to walk past the staircase that I talked about that took us to the primary suite. And we're going to go into this area, which sort of feels like another spa area, if I'm honest. That's the door, which will make sense in a second. You've got your vanity here as well with your designer taps here as well, mixer tap as well. And then you've got a clear story frosted window, natural light tick, privacy, tick, tick, tick. You've got a really cool recessed display shelf as well. And the lighting curves all the way around in that warm light. And then we have to go step into this zone. This is your bathing and shower area. You've got your hidden cistern toilet behind me. And the whole floor is a wet room area, which is really, really cool. So there's no formal enclosure to the shower apart from the frosted door and the dividers. You come out back into your space. Obviously, this is fully tiled, so there's no risk of getting the main primary suite wet. And then also here, I believe this is another opportunity for storage. So yet another nook here, which is discreetly done again. And then the leather. And then, yes, so I think that pretty much concludes the primary suite. So we're going to go down back to the sitting area and to touch base with the rest of the property. Through this hidden door, you go back to your sitting area. And then down this grand entrance, you descend down it this time towards the front door and out the door. And that's it. As an alternative, if you are parked and your vehicle is in the garage, you would go this way. And this is the second part of the tour that I want to show you. So coming down here, we've got what is the cloak area. It's a nook. It's currently open at the moment, but if you have a lot of coats or you don't want this to be on view, just install a pair of mirrored double doors. It would make the space feel even bigger and brighter, but it'd still be functional. This is a good use of the space underneath the staircase and the sitting room. So that's that. And then we've got the garage here. So let's go into the garage. As you can see there. So this is your 4-car garage. It's got automated up and over door, which is by Silverlocks as well. And I'll show you the operation. It's very simple. Just press the button, wait a couple of seconds, let the sensor react. And as you can see, very, very efficient. It's got a pedestrian access door as well. So you don't have to open the whole garage door to come in. But at the same time, you'll see on the outside, the pedestrian access is actually almost illegible. You can't even read it from the outside. And then this side is the plant room. And then this side is another door. To get into the plant room, you would basically go into here. And then, let me just turn on the lights. Oh, actually, I believe it's got a sensor. Oh no, there it is. So for a house of this caliber and size to function, we obviously need a lot of equipment. We already have established that this house is very energy efficient in the sense of the plastic absorbers in the bedrooms that I showed earlier. We've also got solar panels on the roof as well. And I'm sure all the details are in the description about how much energy you actually save using all of those renewable sources of energy. But here in the plant room, we've obviously got our boilers. You've got the heaters for the duct heaters for the glazing in the sitting area. You've got your hot water meters as well. And you've got your hot water cylinder, which powers all those thermostatic showers in those en-suites. So, and then one of the things I really love about this house, we have mentioned so many times that it's next to the waterside. Well, this garage has been cleverly placed. If I just press this button, we might have to fast forward this bit. But yes, it's been cleverly placed by the waterside so that you can bring your boats in and then bring them into this area and store your boats in here. So as we come out into this space, this is yet another terrace. And my vibe, my feeling from being in this space is this could be like a cooking barbecue space. You could basically separate, divide the garage into two. If you don't mind having a 5-car garage instead of a 7. If you don't mind having 5 parking spaces in total versus 7. And then have this be like an external kind of like den area. You can even have that be like a cinema room or something. There's just so much possibility, but the best thing is the way they link onto each other. So if you have another vehicle, you could potentially even park it out here. And also the transition between the garage and this space is seamless, which is lovely for rolling things in, bringing things in, heavy equipment. So you could definitely have this fitted in with the barbecue equipment, have your friends round. They can eat down here and then go up to the sitting area. And again, regarding the flow of the home, guys, just to avoid any confusion, up there is the other side. Remember I showed you the parapet on the other side? This is the other side of the parapet looking over the terrace at the sitting area. So I'm going to show you the flow of the external spaces. So coming up these steps. Now, I don't know if you remember earlier on in our tour, I asked you to look at this walkway. This walkway is what connects the private terrace from the bedroom that's near the Zen/wellness bathroom. So obviously I've showed you all the external terraces and balconies. You've got this walkway here, which takes you to a gate. The gate leads you to this footpath where you can walk your dogs, where you can go for a jog, go cycling as well. And then that portion of land over there is yours. It's your private mooring, and it's an area where you can dock your boats. There is a set of steps there that make it very convenient to get from your boats, canoes, to that the lawned area there. And you can have a barbecue there, you can have a party there, a picnic, you could sunbathe there. And there's just so much because it's yours, it's private. You know, you can do whatever you want there. There you go. So this has all been thought through and considered and landscaped by the current owner. And it's all lawned, ready for you to just use, enjoy, and to experience. As you can see here, I can get 360 views. The boats could dock up there by the stairs, which I'll show you in a second. From this vantage point, we can see, again, the same structures that I mentioned. There's also Nottingham Forest Football Club just over there, and the Trent Bridge club over there as well, which is literally just over there. I think it might be a 5-minute walk from here. So coming down here as well, you can see here, you can see the steps. So if you love canoeing, fishing, boating, it's all ready for you. And I think that's pretty much it. And as I walk over here, you can see the view that would be seen of your property. So one thing I want to point out is that you can't see anything in the sitting area whatsoever. And all the terraces that I talked about before are so private and hidden. So this is what I mean. From the outside or from pictures of this house, you think, oh, it's got so much glazing. But from the inside, it feels very private and discreet. And you don't have many direct lines of sight or views of the property. You see the amazing lighting, the amazing overhang, the contemporary details, and you see the hedges. And that's about it from this point. Yeah, guys, that pretty much concludes our tour of this amazing property. As you can see, there's lots to discover. If you're curious about any of the details, please read the description. But most of all, if you stayed with us this far and you liked what you saw, please like this video, comment, and subscribe so that you can see more content like this. Again, all the details for this particular property are in the description. Thanks for watching. Bye.